Martin Dubravka was superb at Wolves last night. Made a series of excellent saves as the home side had by far the best of the statistics, 22 shots to Newcastle's 9 and 12 corners to only the 1 for the visitors. Then the final seconds, maybe he should have jumped earlier, maybe he should have elected to punch, but regardless of what he shouldn't have done, Martin Dubravka was clearly fouled by Willy Boly, who prevented the keeper from properly competing for the ball by wrapping his arms around Dubravka's neck. Even if you did decide, somehow, that the goal did deserve to stand after studying the replays, calling for Martin Dubravka to be dropped is about as stupid as saying that Salomon Rondon should be left out. Rondon had a couple of decent half chances last night and should have done better, but nobody is going to be calling for him to sit on the bench against Huddersfield in 11 days' time. A combination of pundits, experts trying to get attention and people on social media, including some Newcastle fans, trying to do the same, get attention, you get this kind of hysterical overreaction. I have noticed one national football website, that after every single game has a headline where Newcastle fans are calling for the player never to play for the club again after their performance. They simply go on social media and look for a handful of the most over-the-top comments on whichever player and make their story from that. Pathetic. So the story ends up being, Newcastle fans call for, to be sold, shot, etc. etc. As it happens, after this Wolves match it wasn't actually Martin Dubravka who this particular website actually targeted, instead it was DeAndre Yedlin, who was very definitely poor on the night. Though obviously not to the degree of never playing for NUFC ever again, etc. etc. Which is kind of the point. Dubravka could have done better last night on that Boly goal, and obviously the Spurs winner, he held his hands up, but it isn't as though he is playing like Matt Sells, the Belgian keeper who was a bag of nerves every match he played in his short career for Newcastle, terrified to even come for crosses. That isn't Martin Dubravka. He has generally been playing very well, and last night was no different, just the same as in the recent victories over Cardiff and Manchester City. Last night, the three centre-backs were all guilty of giving the ball away, and through skill and pure luck, as a unit their teammates saved them, particularly Dubravka. As the last line of defense, nobody was there to save the goalkeeper once Graham Scott didn't give the foul, the same referee who gave a penalty to Mo Salah when Paul Dummett touched him and the Liverpool striker dramatically collapsed on Boxing Day. How ironic. The other part of the equation is just exactly who would replace Martin Dubravka. Even if Rondon missed a hatful of chances, nobody would be saying let's give Joselu a go. The Newcastle United goalkeeping alternatives are, Rob Elliott, just coming back from injury, Rafa says he is free to leave, and hasn't played a first-team game since the 27th of December 2017. Karl Darlow, his last Premier League action was over a year ago, the 4th of February 2018, and only one cup appearance, at Forest the 29th of August 2018, led in 3 in a 3-2-1 defeat. The Wolves game is the first he has been available for after injury ruled him out the past 3 months, didn't even make the bench last night. Freddie Woodman, full of potential, but anybody who has seen the 21-year-old play in the cup matches knows he is nowhere near ready. Still has to fill out and get stronger. Playing against Blackburn in the FA Cup, they targeted the young keeper on set pieces with some tough physical challenges. He has not played a minute in the Premier League and has only got 4 first-team cup matches so far, conceding in all 4 games, 6 goals in total. Will hopefully be Newcastle's first-choice keeper someday, but that day is not the 23rd of February 2019 for a must-win game against Huddersfield. Martin Dubravka has been first choice since he arrived, making his debut a year and a day ago, the 11th of February 2018 against Man Utd. He has been consistently excellent. Look at it this way as well, this is how the bottom 6 of the Premier League looks in terms of goals conceded: 27 points Burnley, 47 goals conceded, 25 points Newcastle United, 34 goals conceded, 25 points. Cardiff 47 goals conceded, 24 points. Southampton 44 goals conceded, 17 points. Fulham 58 goals conceded, 11 points. Huddersfield 48 goals conceded. Only 5 clubs in the entire Premier League have conceded less goals than Newcastle. Martin Dubravka. Actually, in his entire time at Newcastle, Dubravka has now played 38 Peter Leaders games and only conceded 45 goals in total, so looking at the rest of that current bottom 6 above, only Southampton have conceded less in 26 games than the NUFC keeper has conceded in 12 matches more. Without Martin Dubravka, Newcastle would now be in the relegation zone for sure, and if the fools calling for him to be dropped now do get their way, the drop zone, is where we will end up. To feature like Jane Clark, submit your article to email protected, and or for more info go here.